it's Izumi97. So today I just wanted to do more of a sit down type of video because it sounds like you guys have been kind of enjoying this on and off sit down video style I've been doing. So I'm going to continue with this, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I stay happy. So before I get started, I just wanted to let you guys know that of course everyone has a different life. We're all going through different struggles. However, these are just the things that I've kind of thought about that I do, and I think that may benefit some of you guys, and I really wanted to share them. Okay, so first things first, although I'm sharing these tips with you guys, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm happy 24/7. It's normal for a person to go through ups and downs because honestly, you would not be able to enjoy the good parts of your life if you didn't have struggles, because then it would just be constant good things in life and there would really be no variation. So having those bad days just makes you enjoy your good days 10 times more. So with that being said, my life is far from perfect. I'm sure yours isn't perfect either. We're all going through some kind of similar struggles. I have for you guys is to take good care of yourself, and this is super easy to do. You can kind of interpret this however you want. So for example, I work at a summer camp, and it's like a sleepaway camp, and I'm there for a week, and I work with special needs kids. And when I come home, I'm always super sad just because you form kind of a bond with these kids as the week progresses. So when you come home, it's kind of like back to reality. And this past summer, I had like very bad post-camp depression. Like, I was just in bed, I wanted to cry, I was so sad all the time. And then finally I got up and I said, okay, something needs to change. I need to kind of change what I'm doing and make myself feel better. And what I instantly started doing was eating healthier and exercising. And those two things, eating healthier and exercising, can do wonders. I don't know how many of you guys go on runs or to the gym, but that feeling of satisfaction you get after you run like a mile or run for 25 minutes is just amazing because you feel like you've accomplished something. Not just that, but when you eat healthy too. Like for example, I just ate, okay, well these are my leftovers of an apple, but I just ate an apple. I came home from school and I was like, okay, either I can eat my mother's Halloween candy that I'm not supposed to be eating because it's for the trick-or-treaters, or I can eat an apple. And I feel so much better eating that apple than I would the chocolate, because when you think about it, like, apples are good for you. There's just so many different options you can choose, and just choose the better option for you, because at the end of the day, it's going to make yourself feel so much better. The second tip I have for you guys is to make somebody else happy. So whether this is through community service, just giving someone a nice compliment like, hey, I like your shirt, I like your nails, or telling someone how good they did on their presentation. Honestly, doing these little things, if you think about how good it feels when you receive that compliment, just think about how good it feels to give it, to make someone's day. You never know how bad someone's day is, and just giving someone a compliment like that can really boost how they're feeling. Alright, so the third tip I have for you guys is to appreciate the little things, and this is definitely something that you kind of have to train your body to do because it's really something that we tend to ignore. So for example, like, appreciate your parents, your teachers. They're the ones that are kind of putting you on this path to success, and just appreciate things that you wouldn't really think about generally, if you know what I mean. And then gradually, as you start remembering and picking up all these little things you're thankful for, you'll begin to realize that life is really good and you do take so much for granted. So tip number 4 I have is to take action. So this isn't going to apply to everyone's situation, but think about if something is making you unhappy, can you change it? So for example, my junior year of high school, I'm a senior now, for a little bit of that year, I was hanging out with just a group of people and I was really unhappy, and I started thinking, why am I so unhappy? I mean, I was happy with my job, I was happy with my home life, I was happy with my classes, and it's gonna be really awkward if they see this video, but you know, who cares? But the reason why I was so unhappy is because every time I was hanging out with this group of people, I was constantly being pulled down, and they made me feel like crap for no reason. And the action I took was I basically stepped out of that friendship and I stopped being friends with them. I told myself, I was like, okay, I'm probably going to be lonely for a few months until I find maybe some new friends or I rekindle a friendship or two. or I can continue with this crappy friendship and be miserable for the rest of my high school years. So I made the right decision and I took action and I stepped out of it and I made myself happier in the long run. So tip number 5 is to expect nothing, be optimistic, and have an open mind. So these all kind of mean the same thing, and basically what I'm just saying is kind of don't have expectations, or at least high expectations for life, because you never know what's going to happen. And I'm a big believer of everything happens for a reason. And life is just all this one big story that one day you're going to look back on and it's going to be amazing and you'll realize why all these struggles were put in your life. I don't know if you guys ever just sit down and you realize, wow, that's why I was put through this struggle, so I can now have this lesson to teach people, or this bad thing happened in my life because it would bring me to this amazing part of life, if you know what I mean. So when you don't have expectations or have much to expect, you really don't end up disappointed, because going in with an open mind, your body is just ready to kind of receive anything. The last tip I have for you guys is ask for help. So if you are feeling really down, tell a friend or tell a teacher, because chances are they see so much in yourself that you don't have the capability to see. It can be a really tough world out there, and I'm not gonna lie, like, everyone has really bad days. Maybe you just have a bad week, month, year in general, but I promise you guys that it can get better, and you're surrounded with so many people that love you, you just may not realize it. And if you just kind of tell people that you're feeling down, chances are they've had those days too, and they can probably help you feel much better. We've all had those really bad days that you just feel worthless, like no one loves you, you don't see a future or potential in yourself, and yeah, it's hard to think about the future when you're so upset, but I promise you, if you just tell someone how you're feeling, they see so much in you that you probably have never even noticed. So obviously I am no psychologist, no therapist, but what I do know is that every single one of you guys deserves to be happy. I hope you can take away at least one tip from this video, maybe pass it on to a friend, use it for yourself on those days that you just don't feel 100%. And with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye!